Hi guys, as you can see, I am in my bikini top because today I want to talk to you guys about my weight gain, and hopefully 3 months from now I'll be able to make a video talking about my weight loss. So I started to gain weight back in March 2020, right when the coronavirus was starting to affect my industry of work. So I work in advertising and I work in media, and it was just chaos. The cans were the worms were out of the can, okay? And so I started to eat. So with the busier schedule at work and just the bad news that I was hearing from the news, or just the uncertainty of our world at large, I was beginning to eat more. And that was just very natural. It was nothing that I was overdoing. But then on March 31st, I was furloughed. So I was no longer working and I was no longer earning an income. I was staying home all day, every day. And the first 3 days were a shock to my system because I did not know what to do with myself. I'm the kind of person that's always on the go. I'm always busy. I'm always running to appointments, running errands, like hanging out with my family, at the gym. I go to the gym every day. And so I was just stuck in my room and I was like, what am I going to do with myself? And so I started to eat and I started to snack. And I am a very health-oriented person. I eat very lean, very clean, natural foods. I don't eat a lot of processed foods. Like I said, before the lockdown, I went to the gym every single day, even the weekends. And so this was all a switch in my paradigm. So I was staying home. Everything that I had access to was slowly shutting down. I didn't have that purpose. And so I would sleep all day, wake up and eat, and then sleep all day. I don't have any kids, so I didn't have that motivational factor to have a set schedule at home. And so I started to eat, and it gradually started increasing, and it started off healthy. Like I started snacking healthy, and then I was like, F this, like I have nowhere to go, like past the Cheetos. So some of the foods that I like to eat while I was gaining weight was cheeseburgers. I've never been a cheeseburger girl. My go-to is Chipotle. I like a lot of lean chicken, a lot of fish, lentils, quinoa. That's my kind of diet. But in lockdown, I was like, all right, let's gain weight. Everybody else is doing it. All hats are off. So I started going to this charboil burger place. Oh, I want to backtrack. So it started off with me eating takeout a lot. So I wanted to support local businesses. And so I was eating out once a day to support local businesses, local restaurants, so they wouldn't shut down. So I was ordering takeout a lot of Mexican food, a lot of just local like businesses that I wanted to support. And I googled a char-grilled burger place, and it was locally owned. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna go support their business. And I loved their burgers. So I ate one every day for a first week, and then I was like, okay, this is too expensive because I'm no longer having an income, and it's about $5 a burger. That's out of my range. That's out of my lifestyle at that point. So I can make it. So I went to my local grocery store. I got beef patties, and then I was like, what do I want on my customized cheeseburger? So I personally like a fried egg and avocado on my cheeseburger. So that's what I ate every day for about a month. And I would have it for breakfast. So I loved cheeseburgers. I snacked on chips anything that was unhealthy, it was in my body. So I went to Sprouts and I was trying to be healthy, but then I ended up going in the wrong direction and being unhealthy, but justifying it because I got it from Sprouts, and Sprouts is a healthier food store, but I was making the worst decisions at Sprouts. And to me, it was just a Band-Aid. So I was buying the worst things at Sprouts. I was buying chocolate covered gummy bears. Those are very delicious if you have a Sprouts near you. I was buying like chips, corn nuts, like all these carbohydrates that I don't consume on a daily basis. And the only thing that I was eating healthy in the last 2 months was an apple. So thank God I had an apple a day, because that really helped bring a little bit freshness in my diet. I wasn't eating any fresh foods at that point. Everything I was eating was pretty much processed at this point. And I started to gain weight, and I did not care. And I was like, yeah, it's not that bad. It's probably like 5 pounds. Like, who cares? We're going through different times. Hard times call for hard measures. So that was my lifestyle. As far as exercise, I did walk my dog every night, but that was not vigorous exercise or heavy weightlifting. So I have an English bulldog, and he's a very, very slow walker. So it took us 2 hours to walk 2 miles because I had to wait for my dog. And at least I was getting some kind of physical exercise, but that was it. It was not enough to burn off the extra calories that I was consuming. And honestly, I loved it. Like, I had been eating a clean lifestyle for 8 years. I mean, I would, indulge here and there, but it wasn't like every day. But this was my diet every single day. And I had no regrets at the time. I said at the time. I went to go visit my cousins, and they're like, Amy, you gained weight. And I was like, we all gained weight. And then, so I went home kind of like scratching my head, like, is my weight gain really that noticeable? So I hopped on the scale, and before all of this happened, I weighed 125 pounds. And I am 5'5", so I'm pretty tall for being an Asian female. And I weighed 125 pounds. I've weighed 120 pounds since I was in high school. But once I turned 25, I gained that extra 5 pounds. And I was at a steady 125, which is fine with me. And so when I got on the scale after coming home from my cousin's house, I gained 15 pounds. Actually, I gained 17, but I'm gonna round it down, okay? So I'm gonna say I gained 15 pounds, and I had never seen that number on the scale. And it was like, oh no. I was like, oh man, like this is a problem if my weight gain is noticeable to other people. And I don't want to gain weight. I don't want to be overweight. A lot of people might argue and say that I'm naturally skinny, but both of my parents are from Asia and they are on the smaller end. But I have 3 other siblings and they've all been overweight at one point, and I just never wanted to get big and unhealthy. And so I've always maintained a clean diet and a very active lifestyle. I want to be able to move and do activities for as long as I can until my knees give out. So I need to do something. I can't go in this direction of keep on gaining weight, because if I don't cut it where it is now, like, it's only going to get worse. So 15 pounds was a shock to me. I was just in denial. I was like, oh, I only gained 5 pounds, no big deal. I'll lose it in a month. But 15 pounds, I was like, oh my gosh, I've never tried to lose 15 pounds my entire life. So this is going to be a challenge for me. And so I wanted to film this process to keep myself accountable, and if anybody out there wants to hop on this bandwagon, you're welcome to do so. So I wanted to take my measurements, and I'm gonna do that a little bit later in this video. Here we go, my goal, let me just put that out there right now. My goal is to lose 15 pounds by September 1st. So it is currently May. It's towards the end of May. So that's May, June, July, August. So I have about 3 months to lose 15 pounds. And I hope you guys join me. Here is my only swimsuit that I own. And isn't it cute? So I'm gonna take my measurements. I have a measuring tape here. Excuse my dog. So my bust is at 32. My waist is at 31. And the widest part of my hip is at 37. Now I like to mention that I gain most of my weight in my midsection and underneath my arms. It is what it is. Just so you know, I'm not mad at myself. I'm not hard on myself. I'm not berating myself. It's just a decision that I made at the time. And I just want to stop. I want to make healthier decisions. I don't want to get off track. I want to, you know, live a normal, healthy life. So, as you can see, I have a lot going on in this section, okay? And then here are my arms. Did you guys see that muscle? I've been working on my muscles. But, yeah. Oh, here. I'll show you guys my belly. This is where I gained the most weight. I know it's probably not as bad as I think it is, and it's a lot worse when I sit down. So when I sit down, it's really obvious. Alright guys, so hopefully in 3 months, I'll be able to lose 15 pounds. My plan is to just focus on a cleaner diet. I don't have access to a gym right now, and even if I did, I'm not sure if I'd be comfortable enough to go. So I'm gonna continue walking my dog. I have a 10-pound weight, so I'll be using that to just do a little bit of curls. I've been trying to train to do a push-up, and I was successfully able to do 1. So my goal is to do push-ups, two push-ups every day, and walk my dog. And then I've been doing 500 squats every Monday. And yeah, I'll put kind of my plan of action in the description box. And then please bear with me, please be patient, and I'll let you know how everything goes.